فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, peace be with you. It's the 7th day of Ramadan, and we remember during this day Ghazwat Badr, the Battle of Badr, where the Prophet ﷺ and his companions were facing Ahl Quraysh, and this was a very important moment because there were 300 facing 1,000, and this was as if they were facing something which was quite impossible to achieve, to win, where the enemies are so many. And still, what happened during these days, it's important, and we talked yesterday about the fact that we have to understand the meaning of dark and light and going from darkness towards light. And what happened during these days, it's important because there are 3 lessons that we have to draw out of this experience. The first one is not because we are fasting and taking care of our heart and trying to come back to the center of our being and to try to purify ourselves that we have to forget the world. During the months of Ramadan, they were facing the enemy, and this meant at that time, change your life. Get this strength, this spiritual strength for your prayers and your fasting during the night and during the day in order to face the injustice and to face the enemy. So it's not to withdraw from the world, it's to come back to it in order to change it and to face the unjust people or the oppressors. The second teaching and the second lesson here, which is important, just before the battle, the Prophet was prostrating and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was telling him, oh, it's enough now. God is going to listen to you and to help you. And still the Prophet ﷺ was praying, knowing that whatever the number, whatever the reality, if you rely on God, if you put your trust on God, if He wants it to be achieved, it's going to be achieved. If victory is the will of God, whatever the number, whatever happened, this is not going to change anything to His will. So to rely and to put your trust in God. And the third lesson, which is also important here for all of us to ponder over, is really this reality that in this world, while we are fasting and facing the oppressors and facing and changing the world, the very meaning of fasting is not, once again, to purify yourself and not to understand that you have to draw lessons from these months of fasting in order to do what? In order to face the enemies and to change the world for the better. So once again, it's 1 month where you have to come back to yourself in order to go back to the world and to make it a better place. During the months of Ramadan, there was this battle, Ghazwat Badr. We change everything in the life of the community, sending a message to all the people around. We might be a minority. We seem not so many. We seem weak, with no power, and still, with the power of our faith, with the power of our prayers, with the power of God, in the name of His justice, we are going to resist your injustices and your oppression. And you know what? It might be that with His will, we are going to win. If He wants, whatever you want is not going to happen. Because at the end of the day, we put our trust in God. So beware and be clear with the very teaching that we got through Badr, which meant at that time a minority won against the majority in the name of the just, in the name of justice, in the name of peace. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Life is fragile.
فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب